If you are set to list your home and you are counting on the assessed value to be your list price, you may be in for a bit of a shock. RE/MAX's Sam Correa is here to explain why you might be in for that shock. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Let's talk about those tax assessments. How accurate are they?
They're not accurate at all.
Okay. So what, I mean, in terms of relating them to when we're looking at a list price, what should the rules that we kind of stick by on?
Well, this is why I wanted to talk about this today, because it's a hot topic when tax assessments come out in the mail. This is when a lot of our clients call us as they want to know, is it an accurate assessment? Is it too high? Is it too low? It comes out early January, and of course, everybody is very interested to see, is it accurate?
Right. So do real estate agents put any stock at all in those assessments in terms of looking at what they're recommending offers or list price initially?
Well, the very experienced agents will not even make reference or look at it at all, because the reality is that a tax assessor does not even see the house.
Right.
And so I find it very comical in some of the comments as you surf online, you'll see price below tax assessment. And of course, the reality is that's typically not even close to value.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it can be either, theoretically, the value of it could be way above or way below. You've got some great examples of that to show us this morning. Let's start with a home in Signal Hill, and really quite a disparity.
This is very interesting. We featured this home last week. This property was sold in 1994 for $191,000, and of course, it just recently was listed at $700,000. As you can see, the history there was in 2014 it was assessed at $562,000, and in 2015 it went up slightly. But the reality is it just sold close to that price.
So well over $100,000 low on the assessed value for what its true value was.
That's correct.
Not always necessarily the case, though. We're going to have a look at another property in Altadore.
Yes, this property in Altadore is in the last 2 years, or sorry, this is Elbow Park.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Elbow Park property here was in 2014 was assessed at $1.3 million, and then of course it's actually currently listed today at $1.79 million, and that's a bit off.
So once again, selling for well above and so we'll have this last one reversed as well for Elbow Park, guys, if we can show it. Bit of a different story in terms of recently.
Yes, it's Elbow Park there, it's $1.79 million, but of course it was assessed at $2.1 million, and so that's obviously completely off.
Yeah, and quite a change in just a year span of time. So
it is, yes.
We're obviously paying taxes based on these assessments. So if we see the assessment and we're like, wait a second, this is way off, do we have any recourse?
You do. Up until March 6th this year was the deadline where you could have disputed your tax assessment. Next year, I believe all the tax assessments will be fairly off because they base that value on last year's peak market. So assuming we're in the same market as last year of 2014, we should be close. But if you need some help, obviously, connect with your real estate agent, and they can supply you some data, some information to see how close is that taxes.
Is it a huge process to do it, or do you recommend it if your value is way off?
My best advice is that if you are thinking of selling in the near future and you know it's high, for what you save in the tax, I would leave it. Okay. Some inexperienced agents and some buyers will put a lot of weight on that, and that just might help convince someone's worth a little bit more when it's actually not.
Right, there you go. Okay, great stuff as always. RE/MAX's Sam Correa, and for more information, head to samcorrea.ca.
The Market, sponsored by Sam Correa of RE/MAX House of Real Estate.